Thought we had Miranda back, but I'll go ahead and yeah.
You sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I think you're next on the agenda for priority and planning.
Great. I still have to share a different screen, so I'll go ahead and do that. Here we go. Okay, so just like we do every month, we're going to talk about the developments that we got done this month and what we'll do next month. So you see everything listed over here on the left is what we talked about last month. Everything over here on the right is what we got done. With all that copying, you could see we did finish up the our current phase for improvements for consortium administration. We didn't anticipate finishing up the Palace project in Hoopla Flex since that's a joint effort. And just to remind everyone, we're really working on Palace project right now. I think that'll fall off and then we'll work on Hoopla Flex next. That's a joint effort with the Palace project folks in between holidays and vacations. We just didn't have enough time to collaborate, but we were able to meet with them yesterday, and that we think will move forward pretty smoothly in January. The LIDA performance enhancements with that login that I just showed you, that was done. E-commerce updates, late breaking news, we did actually get Stripe done. So I really should have marked this one as done, but that was done just very late. So we'll get that tested and make sure that that's good for this release, but this really one is done as well. Everything else that Mark showed you and all of the minor things, all of the ticket numbers that you see in the release notes, those are all of our high priority bugs and partner priorities. We did have some stretch goals, just weren't sure how much time we were going to have for development last month. We didn't get those done, predictably. So we have those planned for this release. But with everything I just showed you in LIDA, we actually were able to get a bunch more done in LIDA. Kirsten was really busy and just got all that fun stuff. So on to, one click too many. Onto our release plan for 2402. Just like we talked about, Palace Project and e-commerce. Actually, that'll probably come off because we're finishing up with that one. Which means that we get onto more of our community priorities, ungrouping the graphic novels from regular books. We've been wanting to do this for a while. We've had a lot of requests for this, and I think that's really going to help our patrons make things a little bit more clear now that we have so many books that are being republished as graphic novels. We have a few more updates that we want to make to Symphony self-registration forms, so those will be happening as well. With those view all hours and locations in LIDA, or with the new locations that I just showed you, we are also going to add to LIDA the ability to switch locations. So the patrons aren't just going to see their own home location, they're going to be able to see all of the locations that they have access to. So you'll see that next time. With LIDA, we are also working on event integration. So if you have event integration in Aspen, that will soon be coming to LIDA. And then the majority of our work every month, of course, is those partner priorities and high priority bugs. All right. I'll go ahead. I'll pause for any questions on our release plan for this release, or for what we're doing next month, or what we got done, what we're not getting done, anything like that. Before we just move on into the next one, next agenda item. Okay, I'll keep going then. So you saw the beautiful new locations in LIDA, and we didn't want to offer these beautiful new locations in LIDA without giving a little bit of a lift to Discovery. So what I want to show you here is our plan for what we want to do with Discovery in all likelihood next month. We will just be making unless we have objections here today, we plan to just make this change, not something where you'd have an option. We really do feel like the new design on the right offers a whole lot more than the old design. Just kind of a reformatting of where things are. It also offers that really nice map. If you don't have an image, no worries at all. Again, that main library, that address block right there will just shift over to the left. So it won't look wrong without an image. It just gives you the option to add an image there. So anyone object to us making this change just to give this little part of Aspen a facelift? You will still have, of course, at the top, the select a location drop down in order to switch locations. Awesome, I'm seeing some really great feedback in the chat. Thank you, Kirsten, for doing this design, for doing the work for LIDA and then saying like, hey, by the way, we really should update Discovery too. And she's so right, it looks so much better. Oh, good. Yay. Lots of positive feedback in the chat. Cool. Okay, well, moving on then. I just want to give a little bit of a plug. We do have an Aspen Metabase demo coming up this Monday, January 8th. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. This was something that came out of our Aspen community meetings, people talking about how to get more stats out of Aspen, maybe some more analytics, and not sure what was out there. And Metabase is an open source product that we actually do support at Bywater that can be hooked into Aspen. It can also be hooked into Koha. And we just thought we would put together a demo for anyone that was curious about it. We've collected questions from the community that are Aspen specific questions. Of course, you can also come to that demo with questions. But if you're interested in learning more about Metabase and how it can be hooked up with Aspen, get your questions answered, we will be doing that Monday at this time. I think in the agenda, I put a link to both join the Zoom meeting and then also to copy your calendar from Google. Test that copy your calendar. I pulled it off of our community calendar. So I think that one works, but double check the time on that if you're going to use that copy to Google Calendar. And I will then hand it off to Kate.
Thanks, Jordan. So I just would like to share a couple of updates about AspenCon that, of course, it's happening in March 13, 14, 15 in Golden, Colorado. So we are really looking forward to that. It's the first conference, as you are all probably well aware. So I will there is a link to the website on the agenda, but I will drop this registration link so you have that handy and you have that readily available to share with all your colleagues. Because if you register for an in-person attendance by the end of January 2024, we'll be entering you for a raffle for a $25 Amazon gift card and a branded AspenCon t-shirt as well. So in case you haven't registered yet, go to that link and fill it out. This is for in-person attendance only. And we are just a few spots away from 50 in-person participants. So you're going to have many Aspen enthusiasts and newbies to mingle with. And that's what we're definitely hoping for. Registration is, of course, free. So that is always a great bonus to the entire conference. If you go to our website, you can also have a look at our schedule, and we'll be making some other exciting announcements about any other incentives incoming or branded merchandise as well. Of course, thank you to all the speakers that have agreed to present at AspenCon. Thank you for your participation. In case you're looking for any other ways to show your support, please also visit the sponsor section on our website. There are different sponsorship packages over there. So in case you are not able to attend in person, but still would like to support the community and the conference, please go ahead and have a look there. In case you have any other questions, please let us know or reach out directly to Bill. That's bill@bywatersolutions.com. And of course, we would like to thank Bywater Solutions and Colorado Library Consortium as our key partners and our newest sponsor, StackMap. Thank you so much. We can't wait to have you there. And that's it. As always, we welcome any feedback, any questions, and I'm going to pass it back to Jordan.
I think I'm passing it on to Cal.
Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to invite everyone and your staff that is not here today to our first session of the Aspen Academy. If you weren't here or you haven't heard, this past year, we really focused a lot on our help center, making sure that there's access to tutorials and documentation, and we're working on it and updating it every day pretty much. We get tickets and you say, it brings us so much joy when we read that we looked at the help center and we did not see this information here. So then we add that information. So that was really our focus for the past year. But in this upcoming year, what we really wanted to focus on, especially we have some libraries that have been using Aspen for almost 4 years with us at Bywater. Maybe just there's staff turnover or other duties as assigned, or maybe you just need a refresher since we're introducing so many different features every month. We'd really like to, specifically for those staff, or if you're just interested in learning more about these topics, have the Aspen Academy. The first one is going to be on Monday, January 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And there's a link in the chat to all the upcoming topics. We're releasing more than this in 2024, but we're just kind of releasing a quarter of topics right now. But the first one is going to be customizing Aspen to your brand. So theme, menu links, all of those different updates that you can make to make your catalog look awesome and amazing. So join Morgan and I for that. And there's information, like I said, in the agenda to register. Please pass it on to anyone on your staff that you think might benefit from that. And of course, let us know if you have any questions or any ideas for topics. We're always happy to teach you whatever you want. So thanks, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. And I think we have outreach, either like Jesse or Kelly.
Thanks, Cal. Yep. My name is Kelly. I'm with Bywater Solutions. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Bywater Solutions and the outreach team. We are ramping up conference season. So if you are in a couple of areas in the next few months, you might want to stop by our conference booth. We're going to be in Chile, Ontario in January. So if anyone's from Canada or getting close, wants to pop on up to Canada, we'll be there in January. We're also participating in the Illinois Heartland Library System Virtual Member Day, and that's in February, right around Valentine's Day. And then we're getting on our boots and we're headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the Oklahoma Library Association. So if anyone's close to the Oklahoma area and is attending that, please feel free to stop by. And then we're going to head over to Arlington, Virginia. Hopefully it's a little warmer for Computers and Libraries. Or Computers in Libraries, excuse me. So that's just a few conferences that we'll be at in the near future. So again, we love to see partners. We love to see you at conferences. So please, 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 Steve from Ocean States hopes to see us at Rhode Island Library Association. So maybe it will be a little warmer than it is probably now in Rhode Island. We have a few upcoming webinars that we are hosting more on the outreach team. Cal's webinar or Aspen Academy that she talked about is really for more dedicated Aspen users. We do have an introduction to Aspen Discovery coming up January 22nd. If you have any new staff, please feel free to have them come. If you have fellow librarians or nearby neighbors that are looking at Aspen Discovery, please feel free to pass that information on, that we will be having that webinar. And then in February, we are going to show a little preview to the Public Library Association, what we're going to show at PLA. And that's in February, and that's a combo Aspen and Koha, and it will be super fun to kind of look at what we're going to show off. If you can't come to PLA, it will be a great opportunity to see it. If you are coming to PLA, again, stop by. I'm just like your conference queen right now over here. Then we also are having a Koha webinar, and this is really if for those that are, not using Koha right now or looking at it, like to just see what it's all about. We are having an Implementing Koha at Your Library webinar next January 17th at 2 p.m. All these links, I'm so sorry, I have a lot to say today. All these links are in the agenda, which I know Miranda sent several times in the chat as well. There you go again. I've just two more things. You're doing great. If you have a librarian at your library that you want to nominate for Librarian of the Month, send us an email, outreach@bywatersolutions.com. Emily Lamankutsa, the IT specialist at Montgomery, was our December Librarian of the Month. If anybody watches Monday Minute, she might be on Monday's episode. And then finally, you get a nice little plaque and your pictures on the, that librarian's pictures on our socials if you want it to be. And it's just a great way to feel warm and cozy all inside. Finally, today, if you have not voted for our logo concept for 15 years at Bywater, today is your last day. So get on it. We have had over 90 votes, but we want your vote if you have not voted. And we will probably be sending those results out next week. Thank you for your time. I'm going to send it over to somebody because it's open time. Miranda?
Yeah, it's now open time. So any questions or ideas or anything else you need to say? It's your favorite time of the meeting.
Just that I totally skipped the community meeting on the agenda. But it's we didn't have one in December. It's every other month. The next one is January 16th. And there's a link to the community calendar in the agenda. You can pop it in the chat too.
All right, cool. Steve, I see your hand is up. Go for it.
Yeah, thanks. And this is probably a question for that community meeting, but I might not be able to attend that one. It's at a tough time for me. We've had in our top 3 tickets in Aspen for a while now, something related to EBSCO and Explore More. And it's related to basically the way it displays. We've got quite a few EBSCO databases, and we'd love to include a small selection of them. But in doing so, they all list individually and then collectively. And we'd love the option to just be able to show them as one big clump instead of, have it overtake the Explore More box. Has that one gotten any traction in any conversations, or do I just need to start showing up to things and being loud and mouthy?
I see a comment from Joy saying that would be so helpful. And I don't know that we've had that request a lot, but I do think it's a great idea. And you're right, coming to the community meeting, one of the things that we do there is we talk about like relative importance of things. So it's like, do we want to work on this or do we want to work on this? So that is one of the really great places to do that. But I'm happy to have a conversation about that. It's open time, so we can talk about whatever we want.
Oh, cool. That was it. There's really nothing else to the idea. But thanks. I appreciate it. I'll try to come and be mouthy. Hey, while I have the floor and nobody else is raising their hands, I apologize I wasn't able to join last month, but can I do a big shout out to the team for the relevancy improvements last month? Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Good. I'm glad that they're going well. Testing it was really fun, I will say. It was super niche scenarios that I loved testing.
Yeah, that stuff's all really fun to work on.
And we do take a lot of pride in our relevancy, so we love it when you are finding those little niche things that we can help improve.
Anyone else? You can say anything. Yes, leader rules. I agree. Thanks, Teresa. All right. If that's it, I think we could wrap it up. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'm going to speak now. Did
Go
I
for
miss
it.
the Metabase demo? Oh, never mind. It's scheduled. Sorry. I had my heart set as soon as I saw that on there. I was like, oh, I'm going to see something today. I'm very excited. And then I signed up for it. So never mind. Forget me. Reading is not
Monday.
reading is not my
Apologies
strong
for the
suit.
wrong. Apologies for the wrong date on the agenda. We did get the right date in the deck though.
Can I ask a quick question about it? Super quick. Is it going to be both for those of us who are both Koha and Aspen? Like, are we going to be able to link that data together? Because one of the things that really excites me about the having the Aspen metadata is the ability to group our records in terms of statistics. So being able to do checkouts on a work rather than an individual bib.
That will be a question for Ian at the demo. That particular use case, again, much better to ask at the demo on Monday when we have Ian, our Metabase guru there. That particular scenario might have some challenges, but we can definitely talk to him. I've noted that one to make sure he's prepared to talk about it on Monday.